Hey, what's up, guys? Tugi here, back again with another episode of my California Golden Seals franchise mode series, my Draft to Glory style franchise mode series, right here on NHL 19. And today we go through the 2024-2025 season. But of course, before that, we have to talk about what the lineup is going to look like. And indeed, Redden and Fragapane reunited on the top line with Luke Baldwin. Say what you want about, us splitting them up in the past, but I do think the development that we have managed to see from some of our players over the past season when we split them up last year has made this worth it. Luke Baldwin being the main one. We know he has 5-star puck skills, which is just phenomenal. Of course, we're not locked in on the overall at the moment. Second line, Caden Wong, Sergei Ivanov, and Arthur Kaliev. The third line's also looking pretty good. We have Gary Lieb, who, of course, we just picked up in the draft with Steve Krogh and Andre Korsten. The fourth line's looking a little bit weak, but it's not a disastrous situation. Bryson Webb, Roberto Booz, and Charles Bachman, one of the veterans of the team at this point, at 25 years old. Defensively, it's going to be Niedermeyer and Rokon to begin the season. By default, if we go best lines, it puts Andrew Zieler on that top pairing. I'm going to wait until it's locked in as far as what his overall is, but defensively, we're looking phenomenal. The big thing, of course, was that we took Lieb over a defenseman, but Aiden Jenks led our team in points throughout the preseason. So I have all the confidence in the world in him right now. And, of course, goaltending-wise, Brock Sestito, still the main man, still has a lot to prove, of course. It's his time to shine, and we really, really need him to. Because there is always going to be, unless we win, and even if we win, there are going to be some people who are like, well, if you took the other goalie, you might have won 2 cups or more. So there's always going to be that. But until we find any level of success with Brock Sestito, he will have that question mark above his, it'll be above his head. You guys are going to hold it to him. I know, but really, it would be on me. We can't blame Brock Sestito. It would be on me. I put faith in him rather than taking the other franchise goalie, of course. But we will see what happens this season. We've been good for close to 30 wins now for the past 3 to 4 seasons, so the expectations are a little bit high. I would like to see us make it out of the bottom 5 of the table. We should be able to do that. If not, it might be a little bit disappointing, but needless to say, expectations are a little bit high. Whether or not we end up getting to the draft in this episode as well, time will tell. If it ends up being a playoff situation, we might have to postpone the draft for another day. Although right now at 3-5-1 through the opening month of October, maybe, just maybe, we'll put the parade plans on hold in the meantime. The big thing this season, of course, is seeing how some of these guys tend to develop. That, of course, is the big thing, not only at the NHL level, but throughout the minor leagues, the AHL, junior, you know the deal. Of course, with the drafting strategy that I've been going with, we've been taking more close to NHL-ready guys than the extreme, and guess what? I'm going to say it again. You ready? Everyone's favorite drinking game, project. Using that word a lot in the last episode, but I think rightfully so, where there were medium elites and low elites to take, but you look at them, knowing that they're going to be in the 40s and 50s, and for those that were at like 19 years old, it's like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, I know there is the shiny new toy with franchise here. It's still got that. It's still shiny. That's what it is. That's how people are viewing it. But we have to remember that it is still the same system in a way. And I personally still find it highly unlikely that a 40 to 50 overall, even at 18 years old, is going to develop into that 85 plus that they could be with the medium elite potential. Am I going to be proven wrong throughout the course of this series, throughout the course of NHL 19? There's a decent chance of that, admittedly, but it hasn't happened at the moment, so I'm still playing it safe. And as it is, we are slowly shifting into our competitive phase of this. So those type of projects, yeah, they can pay off, but especially too when the fourth line hasn't exactly been set in stone, there are different ways to go about it, obviously. But as we reach December 1st, even though, next game's on December 2nd, Dylan Redden leading this team in points, 26 points in 23 games. We're going to take a look elsewhere. Fragapane locked in at an 88, only has 3 goals on the season, but 20 points in 23 games. Interesting how that works out. And then Luke Baldwin, again, for a dominant playmaker. He has really good shot accuracy. Not that great of offensive awareness. Somehow, 9 goals, 4 assists. I don't understand that, but okay. You have Caden Wong up to an 84 right now. So, look at this. Redden at a 93. That second line, though, shit. Caden Wong's an 84. 12 goals and 5 assists on the season. Tremendous stuff there. Ivanov up to an 83 as a 19-year-old. 2 goals, 15 assists. And then Kaliev with 14 points on the season. He is an 83 as well. We could look to make some changes. That's a possibility. Whether it be Kaliev going up to the top line, Wong going up to the top line, Baldwin potentially going down to the third line, because you look at who's on the third line, someone might be due for a promotion. Third line starts with Gary Lieb. The rookie has 10 goals in 23 games, no assists. The Brandon Peary of this draft class. Steve Krog only has 12 points, but locked in at an 84, which is phenomenal. And Corriston at a 78, 1 goal with 10 assists. Fourth line-wise, Bryson Webb, and yes, I know I don't have to scroll over like that, but I felt like it. Bryson Webb, Roberto Booz, and Bachman are doing okay. So there are potential lineup changes here, especially based on the overalls now being locked in for this year. We're going to leave it for now, which is risky. I do have faith in Baldwin, I suppose, but man, 12 goals for Wong. Is he going to see as much of the puck if we put him on that top line? But that is phenomenal. Wong, Ivanov, and Kaliev have done pretty damn well. And then again, Krog and Lieb seem to be working well. We'll leave it for now. And Andrew Zieler is the real deal. That is why it was putting him on the top pairing via best lines. He is also an 87. He's an 87 at 21. Rokan's 22. That defense is phenomenal. Again, we have Pilstrom on the third pair. Technically, he's a top 4. So the big question mark right now is Jenks, who had a good preseason. We know he's not that great. He really isn't. The 89 defensive awareness kind of is what it is. But everyone else around him is just tremendous. And then goaltending-wise, Sestito is at an 83 at the moment at 23 years old. Not the best save percentage in the world. Pedro Wilson, though, in fairness, has been struggling as well. I guess Wilson's due for a start here, but the team is looking good. Now it's just a matter of the proper line combos. Chance Greer at a 75, by the way. If we see him lighting up the AHL, which right now that plus-minus is brutal, it could be worth calling him up. Roenick at a 67. He needs to develop or people are going to be very, very upset, as if they aren't already upset with that decision. Defensively as well, we don't exactly have the upcoming player to replace Jenks. Lalonde is going to be someone who's probably an AHL gem at best. Narena and Fedorov as well doing all right so far this season. We will continue on with the sim for the moment. We are only 2 months into it, but heading into the new year, we'll sim through December. We'll take a look again at the line combos and potentially make changes unless we end up going on a pretty big run here. I want to say I'm surprised that the Doolin Narwhals are struggling this much, but you look at that defense and it's really not that big of a surprise. As we'll take a look at the draft class here. For the first time this year, it's been labeled as a weaker draft, so no franchise player at the top. Alexander Grenier, though, at the top of the board for a 17-year-old. Comparable to Bobby Hull. Damn. Then you have the German defenseman Oliver Muller. The German defenseman, 17 years old, a B in defense, comparable to Brent Burns. I don't know where we're going to end up drafting, of course, but he could be a lovely pickup. It's also Wilson Franzen, a grinder in the top 3. What the hell? Comparable to Sean Couturier. That is going to be such an interesting player. one way or another. Jace Marco, also up there, and Cameron Hines, another defenseman, also comparable to Brent Burns. So we'll keep an eye on everything as far as the draft goes, of course. Gems and busts so far. 2 gems. We have Bannister and Martinook. Now, Martinook is still pinned from last year. He was in the draft last year. I think he was also listed as a gem there as well. 2 busts right now. Solomon Giordano and the Italian Justice Alexi. That is unfortunate. Would have loved to have gotten a little bit of an Italian influence onto this team as we are continuing to drop games. We do beat Philadelphia. If it's looking rocky, we need to start winning some games here, but if it's looking rocky at the midway point of the month, I'm going to make changes now just to try and spark something. As we're trading wins and losses, 2 wins in a row for the first time in a while, make it 3. All right, talk about splitting up the lines and the team starts winning games. That sounds about right. What else do we have here? This is not a bad point streak. 5-game point streak going on. Snaps against Montreal, though. We're looking all right. 14, 17, and 3. We have 2 games left this year. We end up beating Calgary in the shootout, losing to Carolina, and then beating Edmonton in overtime. So 16, 18, and 3 as of January 1st, 2025. We'll take a look at the lineup just to see if there are any obvious changes we should look to make. We're currently in 6th in the division, only 2 points back of LA, who are in 3rd. Vancouver is running away with this division. And again, keep that in mind, not a fantasy draft. Not a fantasy draft. So it's looking good for Vancouver down the road, apparently. Redden, 16 and 16 in 37 games, leading the way for us with those 32 points. Fragapani up to 29 points, still only 5 goals this year. And then Baldwin, 14 goals, 7 assists. Why he's not more of a playmaker, I don't know. It's just, is he not seeing much of the puck because of Fragapani? It's a little bit of a weird situation. Caden Wong, 16 goals, 9 assists. Ivanov, similar thing, actually, between Redden and Fragapani with Wong and Ivanov. Kaliev, 20 points, though, this year. And then on the third line, Gary Lieb, 12 goals, 6 assists. Krog doing well as well with 6 and 15. Corriston, 5 and 11. The fourth line is looking okay. I'd say it's looking okay. Not tremendous, but it's looking okay. Still the opportunity if we wanted to call up Chance Greer. I don't think we will. I mean, he's 24. He's not going to get that much better. So we're pretty much locked in to the players that we're using. It's just a matter of where we end up placing them, really. So we'll I don't know. Let me take a look here. I mean, I'm tempted to bump up Wong and Ivanov, but they're working really well together. And that third line is also doing all right. I got to be honest, I'm going to just do a basic switch here, Kaliev and Baldwin, and we'll see what that does. And defensively, Niedermeyer, 12 points, 11 for Rokon. Fuller and Zeeler are struggling a little bit. Zeeler is doing well in terms of putting up points, but there is that slight struggle there. So I am actually going to put Zeeler on the top pairing. Power play-wise, I mean, Rokon still has power play time, so we should be okay. And in terms of everything set up there, that is our top 6. We should be fine. So we'll go with basic changes for the next month, just to see if that can spark anything. I know we're doing well, 6 wins in our last 10, but I need to make sure we stay on that pace, and that's not exactly a guarantee with the way the team has been set up so far this year. So we'll see how this goes. We end up beating Pittsburgh 3-1, so a good start to the new combinations. 4-0 win over Washington, 18-18 and 3, and it's another victory. We're on a good run here. We are on a very good run. Of course, we end up losing to Arizona, which isn't surprising. Well, the second I even admit to being somewhat confident and optimistic, the game's like, loss, you lose. Good day, sir. Case in point, back-to-back losses. We've lost 3 out of 4 now. Hopefully we can bounce back against Minnesota or LA, preferably both. We get 3 out of 4 points, 21, 21, and 4. A few more overtime losses. Again, if you're going to lose in overtime, get the pity points. That would be extremely helpful for us because I can't help but think it's going to be a little bit down to the wire in terms of the standings and who ends up making the playoffs. At least the race was close at the beginning of the month, as we end the month with a win against New Jersey. So 23, 22, and 4. Let's take a look at the standings, and probably not anything to do with the team. I think we're okay. 50 points, 5 points back of Anaheim in third. We are very much in the race. Edmonton and San Jose have fallen back, though, so we are pretty much already guaranteed to not finish dead last. I can't imagine a scenario where we finish lower than San Jose. And again, Vancouver is just running away with it right now. But here, if we just do the inverse. Nope, inverse, please. Thank you. Right now, we're up there. We're up there. 20th in the league. So a world where we finish lower than San Jose, extremely unlikely, which is a good thing for us. We are making that progress. Lineup-wise, let's sim through February. We had some good results in the past month. Let's go through February, and we'll see how to handle it from there, and whether or not we make any more changes. As we start off with a 4-2 loss against Vegas. If we end up losing more games, though, of course, we might look to make those changes sooner rather than later. So I feel like the sim's going a little bit more slowly. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because I'm just anxious to see what the team can do, as things are going relatively well so far. Again, I'm not optimistic, EA. Trust me, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not optimistic at all. Okay, 8-2 loss. EA doesn't care much for my sarcasm and bold-faced lies. But, what are you going to do? For the most part, though, we're looking good. We are looking very good at the moment. The dueling narwhals, not so much. But that's okay. It's about progress for them, as opposed to actually winning a decent amount of games, which, speaking of winning a decent amount of games, god damn it, the second I try to be optimistic, we lose to Dallas. Damn it. Can we beat Boston here, though? We're going to get the alert about the deadline. I finally managed to remember to turn stuff off. Or not. Maybe not. Really? Maybe because I turned off the alert. We end up beating Boston in overtime. We'll head into the month of March. There it is. At 33, 25, and 4. We have overcome a slow start to the season to put ourselves into a pretty damn good position to make the playoffs. So we are currently in a playoff spot as of March 1st on an 8-2 stretch in our last 10 games. We are 4 points clear of Anaheim. Holy hell. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it could. Redden's our leading scorer, 50 points in 62 games. So I think for some that were thinking 90 plus points. Not quite. And I got to be honest, I'm not happy about this, but it does go to show that it wasn't a disastrous decision on my part to split them up last year. Sometimes that super line doesn't always work. Granted, Redden's up to 27 points. Fragapane, though, isn't exactly killing it. He had 62 points last year. He only has 43 this year. So I know we're doing all right, but you could argue they might be better suited split up. I'll leave them for now, but the numbers speak for themselves. They might be better suited to be split up. It might be too much talent on one line. There are occasions where, two superstars on the same line, it doesn't exactly make sense. This might be one of those instances. Kaliev up to 31 points as well, which is okay, but we know he's capable of more. He has a couple 50-point seasons under his belt at this point in time. Caden Wong, 25 goals. The emergence of Caden Wong, former 5th-round pick. God damn, that is already a new career high for him in goals and points. And I can't help but think, he's been doing this working with Ivanov, who is clearly just a straight-up playmaker on this line right now. Those two have very good chemistry. Just makes you wonder, though, how well would Wong work with a Redden or Fragapane at center? And there's also Luke Baldwin, who has 19 goals. Again, why he's more of a goal scorer than a passing machine, an assist king, I have no idea. But it is the way it is. He had 46 points last year. We'll move to the third line. Gary Lieb, the rookie, has definitely slowed down. He was off to a very hot start It's simmered down a bit. 24 points this season. Steve Krogh doing well at 32, and the 25 for Corriston on the fourth line. 18 points for Webb and a -1. That's solid. That's what I'd ask for out of a fourth liner. Roberto Booz as well. 16 points is good. 14 for Bachman. I'm happy with that fourth line. It's just the question of what would we want to do in terms of line combinations. I mean, again, I'll keep the team as is because we are winning. But, again, you can counter my argument of saying, hey, it might not be the worst idea to have an Ivanov, Fragapani, Redden combo by saying, yeah, well, we're winning more games this year than we did last year. You can counter that argument with that, and of course I'd argue, well, we also have seen certain players develop. Zeeler being an 87 might have something to do with that. The continued development of Brock Sestito, who's up to an 84 and has a .922 save percentage, might have something to do with that. But for now, we'll leave the team as is, seeing as we are winning games. Sestito's on a contract year, too. Pedro Wilson, not exactly killing it as our backup, but he is still our best option and will continue to be for the foreseeable future. Defensively, though, I noticed Zeeler was still a minus, but that second pairing is doing much better, so this will absolutely be the combo moving forward. God, that defense is so good outside of Jenks, but Jenks isn't weighing them down as a whole, so it's pretty nice. Let's move on. Down the stretch, through the month of March, can we somehow stay on this pace, as unlikely as it is? Can we manage to be and continue to be in a playoff spot as we move forward? That is the question. I'm anxious, man. This could be it. 2025. I've had some people chirp me already saying, hey, I did a similar series and won a cup already by this point in time. So it's like, all right, well, it wouldn't be a series of mine without a little bit of drama. As we are continuing to look pretty good. I like the overtime loss. That's a really good sign. What's going to happen here against Tampa? We're going to get an updated look at the draft class, which we'll actually take advantage of. It's been a little bit, as our scouts have done fairly well. We still have Grenier at the top of the board. We'll get an updated look at the gem bust situation. There are quite a few. Sergei Nazarov, who's projected to go 176. We have Kurt Eddy, Graham Bannister on defense, Mika Timonen on defense as well, and Martinuk. And only one extra bust, that being Louis Lebriere, 6'4". Not exactly going to cut it, though, as we end up losing 3 out of 4. Make that 4 out of 5. We're on a bit of a downward stretch here. We do get the win against Detroit to bounce back. If we can win at least 2 more games this month, we beat Vancouver, which is huge. That's an upset. I don't care what the standings look like. That is an upset. As, my God, the wins down the stretch. That might be enough. 3 games in a row. 42, 30, and 5 as of April 1st. Is it confirmed? Or at the very least, how close is it to being a reality? Oh my God, we're in second. We are in second in the division. Technically, Vegas can still catch us. We are basically 1 win away in our final 5 games from sealing home ice in the first round. This could be the year. I mean, again, I'm saying could be, because we could lose out and somehow not make it. Crazier things have happened, right? Crazier things have happened. Vegas can finish with a maximum of 92 points. So technically, we're 2 wins away, but the odds that they win their final 4 games probably quite slim. But to make sure, we need 1 more win. Can we beat the Ottawa Senators on the road to seal a postseason berth for the first time? 5-3 loss. The 5-3 loss, we might still technically have clinched despite the loss. Let's take a look. Not yet. We could miss out. We could. Anaheim could finish with a maximum of 93. It's not set in stone. Scotiabank Arena against the 52-win Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's sim it. Can we get the win? Can we punch our ticket? 4-0, and the California Golden Seals have made the playoffs for the first time. 2024-2025, the season that you'll remember forever. The California Golden Seals are playoff bound after beating the mammoth, the titan known as the Maple Leafs. Holy hell. We are going to the playoffs. Now the question is whether or not we can hold on to home ice advantage over Vegas or Anaheim. But does it matter? Doesn't matter. We are going to the dance. That's the point. Get there at the very least, and what happens from there, who the hell knows? The California Golden Seals are in the postseason. Holy hell, how did that happen? I meant to hit advanced day, but that's fine. We'll, of course, look at the stats here in a little bit. Oh my god. 43 wins on the year. Let's see if we can extend that against New Jersey, Vegas, and Boston. That game against Vegas is going to be huge. Can we beat New Jersey? 4 wins in their last 10. We can, 5-3. And that will do it. That'll do it. We have guaranteed ourselves home ice in the first round against either Vegas or Anaheim. Absolutely unbelievable. 93 points thus far. We still have 2 games left. Whether or not I want to beat Vegas here, I don't know. Technically, Anaheim, they have more wins. I'm not against losing this game. Thankfully, injuries aren't on, so it's not a concern about resting our starters. Let's just go for it. We'll see what happens. Vegas, Anaheim, doesn't matter. We're capable of beating both. We end up beating Vegas. Anaheim has guaranteed their spot as the 3rd team. So with that win over Vegas, we have guaranteed that we are playing the Anaheim Ducks in the next round, or in the first round, which was probably a guarantee anyway. The second they would have hit 89 points. We'll end this season with a game against Boston. We're on a 7-3 stretch. Make it 8-2 to end the year. The California Golden Seals, 46 wins, 97 points. We will have home ice against the Anaheim Ducks in the first round. Can you believe it? And again, we'll look at player stats. Not quite the 90-plus point seasons from Redden and Fragapane that some people are hoping for, but still quite solid. And again, the fact that not only have we made the playoffs, we made the playoffs convincingly is unreal. From worst to 10th. From worst to 10th. Goals for per game at a 2.88, which is up there, higher half of the table. As you can see, not quite. Actually, that might be top 10 technically. Goals against per game, looking to be about mid-table. Indeed, at a 2.66, so a good sign for our defense and goaltending. Our power play this season was mid-table, whether or not it was towards the top or bottom, slightly more towards the bottom at 19.8%, and our penalty kill 74.8. So we had a bottom 10? Wait, what the fuck? Entire league. Were we not at 74.8? Did I misread? I must have misread the team. 78.8. Okay, so it wasn't abysmal. It wasn't great. And that might be something that we end up taking a look at. I cannot believe this has happened. We are in the playoffs in 2024-2025. God damn, let's take a look at the lines, shall we? Let's take a look. Dylan Redden, 37 goals, 40 assists as a 93 overall at 20 years old. He had 70 points last year, 77 this year. He improved. I can't deny it. He improved. I mean, especially going from being the playmaker. Of course, we switched him to a sniper midway through last season, and I think that finally took effect. So that might have also had something to do with it. But a great season for Redden. And in fairness, Howard Fragapane stepped up down the stretch. The point total was looking a little bit weak. Down the stretch, he figured it out. I talked about maybe switching it up. I stuck with it. Only 11 goals, but a new career high in assists with 55. Not a career high in points, of course, but still, I'm not complaining about a 60-point season. And then Arthur Kaliev, who we didn't plan on having on the top line, but 19 goals, 26 assists for him, 45 points. He was capable of more last year, but that's what he is, a 40 to 50-point guy in the top 6. I'm good with it. A little bit higher would have been nice, and maybe you could argue he shouldn't be on the top line with Redden and Fragapane. Caden Wong, 29 goals, 24 assists for the 24-year-old. What a season. By far a new career high in goals and points. He had 3 straight 17-goal seasons and then truly emerged this year. He took more shots than he ever had before. 4 game-winning goals, 15 points on the power play. A spectacular season for Caden Wong, and you could argue, as yes, I'm fighting off, trying to sneeze, not going to be successful. Maybe, I might be, possibly. Oh God, please. I'm trying to fight it. I'm fine. It's good. Don't worry about it. You could argue that Caden Wong should be the guy on the top line, but he and Ivanov work so well together. 7 goals, 49 assists for the 19-year-old. 56 points on the year, from 31 as a rookie to 56, from a minus 34 to a plus 5. I mean, you could make certain arguments, but Wong and Ivanov might be the pairing for the future. And then Luke Baldwin finished this season with 24 goals. Granted, he had 46 points last year. He had more goals, but still, back-to-back 20-goal seasons for him. I don't think we'll make any changes. Probably not. It's a possibility, though, I would say, as far as whether or not Kaliev and Baldwin should be switched back. But for now, I think we're okay. On the third line, Gary Lieb, 18 goals, 16 assists. Not bad for the rookie. 34 points this year. Probably won't be good enough for a Calder effort, but I'm good with it. Centered by Steve Krog, 45 points. Phenomenal. He should be in the top 6, but it just goes to show how much depth we have at the moment in terms of players who are top 6 caliber. And by that, I mean we have 7 people instead of 6. But still, it's pretty good for us. Coruscant, the third man on that line, 14 goals, 21 helpers. I'll take it. A new career high in 35 points on the year. And then the fourth line, Bryson Webb. 25 points, 12 goals for a fourth liner is tremendous. 14 goals, 23 points for Roberto Booz. Tremendous. 20 points for Bachman. Tremendous. Cannot complain about the fourth line. For the most part, everybody on this team played to their potential, and that's all you can really ask for, I would say. Defensively, let's see what we're dealing with here as Josiah Niedermeyer led the way. 26 points this year. He's certainly capable of more, but it does go to show that the defense has rounded out, and he's not the sole guy that we're relying on at the moment, because we also have Andrew Zieler, who fixed that plus-minus. 42 points in his rookie year. Goes from 40 points in the AHL to 42 points in the NHL. Ridiculous. The emergence of Andrew Zieler as a 4th-round pick, defensive D-man, putting up those points. And when you look at those attributes, his skating is really poor. I wouldn't change him to an offensive defenseman. I'd change him to a 2-way, perhaps. Andrew Zieler. I mean, say what you want. As meticulous as I've been throughout the draft, a pick like Andrew Zieler makes it worth it. By far. By far. I would rather have a draft take almost an hour than miss out on a player like that because I rushed it. Barry Fuller, 28 points, not too shabby, and Anthony Rokon still capable of putting up points as well. That top 4 might be the best top 4 in the league. I don't even know if you could argue that at this point. Jenks with 13 assists and the 13 points for Nico Pihlstrom. I love our defense. I love our team. It's amazing how well they've come together thus far. And Brock Sestito. Some people were worried about his development. Will the other goalie be higher than an 85? Maybe, but who's to say Sestito isn't done developing? A .921 save percentage with 9 shutouts for the former 3rd-round pick. And then Pedro Wilson didn't have that great of a season, but he is the backup at the very least. God damn. And that sets us up for this postseason matchup, which we'll take a look at the Ducks lineup in a moment. I think I probably will just leave the team as is, with the exception of maybe slightly... Wow, Wong actually is on the top power play unit. That would explain the goals. You know what? That works. We'll have Wong be on the top power play unit instead. And actually, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to go best lines. We'll swap those two back. It actually puts Webb on the third line. We'll put him back to the fourth line from the moments. And it actually puts Fuller on the top pairing now, as opposed to Zeeler or Rokon. That's hilarious. Did it change anything? It did. So it puts Ivanov now on that top pairing with Redden and Fragapani. That's what I wanted to check. I think I'm good with the power play as is, as it's listed right now. I think that's okay. Ish. Okay-ish. You know what? I do want to change it. I do, because I want Redden on that side. I want... And wow, actually, as it is, it takes Wong off of the unit. Kaliev should be there. Fuller, Rokon, Niedermeyer, Zeeler. These are all players who deserve this time. It's just a matter of what forward gets left out. The game has dictated that it should be Caden Wong. That I disagree with. I mean, Baldwin had 24 goals. Ivanov had a great season. Wong had a great season. It might have to be Krog. Because as it is, these defensemen as well are all capable of putting up points. If anybody gets dropped, it's Steve Krog, who again had a good season, but I want Wong to have the opportunity to really make his case here. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the extra 1T option, but we will go with Wong on that top unit. So Wong, Fragapani, Redden, Zeeler, and Niedermeyer. We'll have Kaliev, Ivanov, and Baldwin. Even though we know Wong and Ivanov work well together. See, this might be where we're overlooking it ever so slightly. That'll be the power play for the moment. There's enough talent there to get the job done. The penalty kill is what I was really concerned about. Which we do have Krog, we have Lieb, Redden, and Bachman. And I gotta be honest, I'm going to give guys like Webb, Booz, Bachman, and probably Corriston the opportunity to handle the penalty kill for us. Because again, ideally, it would be those bottom six guys who can hold off, get the job done, and then our top units come out against their, fresh third and fourth line. You get the advantage. That's, of course, a real-world look at it, not exactly how it plays out necessarily in this game. And then again, it would be Booz, would it not be? Whether or not we use Lieb here. Because Webb, Bachman, Corriston, Booz. Instead of Corriston, let's use Lieb. He could make use of that extra ice time. He is a two-way as well. So that could be quite useful. Let's see. Booz, 77 face-off. 78 for Lieb. He actually wouldn't be that bad of a face-off option. So we're going to go with Lieb and Webb, Booz, and Bachman. And then penalty kill-wise, it's going to be Niedermeyer, and we'll actually take out Pilstrom, and we'll bring in Zeeler. How Zeeler doesn't have penalty kill time is crazy to me, aside from the fact he has weaker skating. So we'll go Niedermeyer, Zeeler, Fuller, and Rokon, and hopefully that penalty kill is enough. And again, we'll make these slight changes. Maybe could have jump cut this, but at least people will know what the hell's going on. Let's bring in Zeeler again, and that way too you could get a look at certain attributes and be like, hey, well, you should have done this instead if it goes poorly, which guess what, it probably will. We're going to run Redden on a 5-on-3 and Fragapani. We want to send out our best options there to make sure we could survive that. That is the team heading into this postseason matchup. Let's take a look around the league quickly, and then we're getting into this in this episode, playoff action against the Anaheim Ducks. So, standings-wise, we kind of already know what the deal was. Let's take a look, though, in terms of the points around the league. As Patrick Kane led the way with 96 points. Nico Hischier, Besser up there. No real surprising names at this point. Oscar Weinhandel in Colorado continues to be a beast. Ruslan Kazanov, former third overall pick from Chicago. And yes, Artemi Panarin in Vancouver. Tyler Sagan in Vegas. So maybe it's a good thing that we did not run in to Vegas. Goal-scoring king was Aiden Meach, former 18th overall pick for Philly. Hell of a pickup for them. He was one of 4 players to break the 50-goal mark. And in terms of rookie skaters, yeah, we're not gonna have a Calder winner. Wojciech Smeed will be the Calder winner, barring a miracle. Jesus, Pittsburgh with a steal and a half, low elite potential. There you go, Wojciech Smeed. There's your evidence that low elites can develop and might even be safer bets than medium elites, depending on the attributes. Smeed in Pittsburgh, an absolute monster. With that, let's get the confirmation. Let's get this show on the road. Playoff hockey in California. We have the home ice advantage. Let's do this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're ready for this, but it doesn't matter if we're ready or not. It's time. Let's take a look at the Anaheim lineup. Now, again, we're not going to have nearly any guaranteed overalls, right? That is the issue with not having pro scouts. But they have Olli Lehtinen, who was a former number 1 overall pick in 2023, with Jonathan Drouin and Andre Kasha. Second line is Max Domi. Watch out for sucker punches with Ricard Raquel and Jakob Silfverberg. Third line of Max Jones, Leonardo Ciofito. Man, you are Italian as fuck, aren't you? 22. Pick number 22 in the 2021 draft with Stefan Nason, I believe it is, on the third line. Fourth line, Sam Steele, Charlie Houdon, and Oscar Lindberg. So clearly they made a deal with Montreal at some points. Defensively, Bowen Byram with Jacob Larson, Cam Fowler with Ryan Ellis, and Bernard Gervais, a former 18th overall selection, with Justin Barron, who went 41st in 2020. The goaltender still is John Gibson. They have Andrei Zharkov, former 24th overall pick in 2018, as the backup. That is what we are up against. You know our lineup. You know our setup. Let's do this for the first time. And I'd love to jump in from like the opening moment to see like the intro for our first playoff game, but then we'd be stuck, so I can't. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll jump into the action when it's necessary, when it's deserved, and when the time is right. Here we go. Playoff hockey in California. The most important part of California, which really is why I was going to go with the Oakland Seals, but I'm just like, well, technically this is the California Golden Seals logo. Semantics. First period of Game 1 here at Oracle Arena. Let's see what happens, and we have the lead, and it's the rookie Lieb who gets us on the board early. The third liner delivers. They outshot us 11-6, but we have the 1-0 lead. Thanks to Lieb. Second period, can we add to it? Yeah, we can. Holy shit. So Max Domi ties this game up just beyond the 6-minute mark. 6 minutes and 3 seconds to be exact. Within a minute, Dylan Redden restores the lead, and then from there, Sergei Ivanov takes over. 2 goals in 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and the Golden Seals have a 4-1 lead. Heading into the third period, 18 shots to 17 in the Ducks' favor, but 4-1 on the board thanks to Lieb, Redden, and especially Ivanov. Third period, let's go. Can we hold on? We are 17 minutes away from the first postseason victory in franchise history. No Winnipeg Jets situation here. Sorry, Jets fans. But hey, at least it got better kind of until you lost in the conference final. 4 minutes to go. The California Golden Seals have won in the playoffs. At the very least, we have a win. It's not going to be, oh, we made it, but we got swept. Next time our plan's to win. No, we got that out of the way quickly. 4-1 final. Lieb, Redden, Ivanov, and shout out to Brock Sestito holding this Ducks team to just 1 goal, 27 saves. Good for a second star of the game performance. Whew. There we go. There we go. You know what? At this moment, even if this goes poorly, so be it. We made the playoffs. We have a win on home ice. Maybe I should have jumped in to watch the final few seconds of the win. I don't know. I kind of wish, but too late for that. Like I said, we'll jump in when the time's right. God damn it, we have a win in the playoffs. How is this happening? We have a win in the playoffs. You know what's better than one win, though? 2 wins. Let's turn Oracle Arena into a fortress. Game 2 against the Ducks. Let's do this. Let's do this. Can we add to the momentum that we picked up from Game 1? Let's find out. First period, and we get the opening goal yet again, and yet again it's that third line. It's Krogh. You would have seen that he took the opening draw. He made the most of it, scoring 22 seconds into the period, pretty much even in shots, but Krogh has the difference maker right now. We're up 1-0. Second period, unlike last game, we don't get the follow-up goals. Larson scores to tie it. No follow-up goals this time. We will head to the third period, deadlocked at 1 apiece. 27 shots to 22 in our favor. Let's do this. Third period. Hold on to your butts. We need this win. We need this win. 5 minutes down. Power play chance for the Seals goes to waste. That's a big advantage for Anaheim. We're halfway through. Are we destined for overtime? Maybe, maybe not. At this point, though, the next goal will probably win. That power play is killed off. 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. And we are going to overtime here in Game 2. And you bet your ass we're jumping into it. Anaheim has the advantage in terms of offense and goaltending, but we're deadlocked in terms of defense. I'm tempted to wear the alternate. the old school style alternate. And you know what? We will. We're going to wear the alternate. Let's do it. Let's do this. I hit CPU versus CPU game. Did I not? I just want to make sure I didn't make that mistake. Yeah, I did. All right. We're good. We're good on that front. Are you ready for this? Because I don't know if I am. You know what? I wasn't going to change the camera. Let's do it. Actually, telebroadcast. I feel like you can't tell what's going on as much with telebroadcast, or telebroadcast. Playing too much FIFA lately. True broadcast instead of telebroadcast, but still. Too much FIFA lately, and by too much, I mean barely any, but that's okay. Let's do this. Overtime in Game 2, here at home. Can we get the job done? Can we take both games to begin this series? Let's find out. We are on home ice, the beautiful Oracle Arena, recreated as best as we possibly could. Fragapane will take the opening draw against Jonathan Drouin, and he will get the win. Quick pass from Niedermeyer, and Fragapane's in the zone. Back to the point. Over, here's Zeeler, winds up deflection, a save by Gibson. Puck is still loose, but he is able to find it. A great first opportunity there. A quick win, quick attack. It's what I like to see. Both teams' top lines are still out. Can Fragapane get the win on the draw? He can yet again. Passes at the point. Redden for Niedermeyer. In trouble, he'll send it low. Here's Fragapane yet again. He is all over the place. Kasha in trouble. Puck ends up finding its way to Jonathan Drouin. Here he comes on the counterattack. Tries to cut in. Fragapane on the back check. Zeeler having trouble. And Fragapane, look at him battling. He's a monster as the Ducks recover at center and dump the puck in. Slight trouble for Niedermeyer. He does find Dylan Redden. Here comes the Gretzky comparison. Fragapane cutting out wide. Drops for Zeeler. Tries to pass it back in front. It's broken up. Now here's Larson, Max Domi, and Andre Kasha yet again as the Golden Seals get a change. Here's the 1T. Big save on Ricard Raquel by Brock Sestito, and here's the counterattack. Here's Wong looking to step in. Having trouble. Ryan Ellis is there. Wong finds his man at the point. It's Fuller. Still having trouble. Wong for Baldwin. Now back again to the point. Rokon in front for Ivanov. Looking for space, taking a tour of the offensive zone. Ends up losing it to Domi and Fowler. And now here's Kasha still out there. Andre Kasha tries to drop back. Caden Wong is there on the intercept. The back checking forwards for the Golden Seals, getting it done thus far. Wong being double teamed, he won't be able to hold on. Now here's Cam Fowler for the Ducks. over the blue line. Drops back for Ellis. Now quickly back to Ricard Raquel. Anaheim looking for space. Big hit there. Wong and now Corriston. Third line out for the Golden Seals. Here's Corriston following the steal. Gets it low to Krogh. Back again. Now to the point. Here's Rokon. Corriston. Lieb, the rookie. Got the opening goal. The first ever postseason goal for the Golden Seals. Lieb for Krogh. Looking for the shooting lanes. Can't quite find it. Anaheim continuing to work the double team offense. Fowler able to find Domi, who is still out there. He's played every second of this overtime thus far. Drop pass intercepted by Krogh, and here's another Golden Seals counterattack. Down the half boards. Krogh back to Jenks. Jenks looking for space, tries to send it around, has trouble, recovers. Slaps it back to the point. There's Lieb. Quick passes. Here's Krogh, and the shot goes high. It might have deflected. A great opportunity for Krogh, maybe the best of the game thus far, as Nason in front, and another big save from Sestito. 2 opportunities thus far for the Ducks, both of tremendous caliber and quality. No goals to speak of, however, as the Ducks getting their most offensive zone time of the overtime frame thus far. Krogh wins the puck back behind the net, and here's Corriston. A little bit of space. He loses out, though. I think that was Larson, perhaps. Here's Nason for the Ducks. Shot is blocked by Pilstrom. He finds Webb. The fourth liner is out. Bryson Webb over the blue line. Looking around the back. Has trouble again for the double team defense of the Ducks. Webb recovers. Bachman, now Zeeler. And back again in front. Charlie Hudon with the interception. Zeeler finds the loose puck at center ice and sends it around. Golden Seals give chase. Decent pressure. The Ducks able to maintain. Here's Sam Steele. Somehow on the fourth line, drops back to the point. Bowen Byram, it's intercepted by Webb. Breakout pass to Fragapane. Pressure's there, he's looking for help. Fragapane trying to find some space. Sam Steele, though, is able to shut that down. A great opportunity. Anaheim's last man back paid off. Sam Steele has a little bit of trouble. Here's Fragapane again. The move in open ice. Kaliev struggling, recovers. Arthur Kaliev for Redden. Back to the point. Here's Zeeler. Redden again in front for Fragapane. Bowen Byram, though, is able to intercept that one. Kasha. Turnover. Fragapane's tripped, and the Golden Seals will go to the power play as Kaliev brings it in. Sestito to the bench. Kaliev in front. And the pass is not completed to Redden, but it will be a Golden Seals power play here in overtime of Game 2. Sam Steele, a couple of good defensive efforts, not on that occasion, though. Steele to the box, and we have a chance here. Kaliev, Ivanov, and Baldwin, the second unit out against Silfverberg and Charlie Hudon, as the Ducks are able to win the defensive zone draw. Puck's loose. Ivanov recovers, though. Rokon turns it over to Silfverberg. Out comes Silfverberg, looking for space, cuts out wide. Rokon still battling, and he will recover thanks to the help defense of Sergei Ivanov. Baldwin, the windmill into the middle, turns it over to Charlie Hudon. Here's Silfverberg. Down low on the penalty kill, Rokon. Silfverberg still has it. Double team defense, Rokon's able to recover. Here's Kaliev. First 30 seconds go to waste for the most part. Ivanov, the slap shot, and a big glove save from John Gibson, as, god damn it, if I ever needed a swig of Arnold Palmer, I need it now. Wong, Fragapane, and Redden are out. Fragapane technically wins the draw. Redden down low. To the point, it's Fuller, now over for Wong. Golden Seals looking for space. Here's Fuller, quick shot, rebound, and another huge save from John Gibson. The rebound control was on point. I believe that was Kaliev that ended up getting robbed there on the second chance in front. Don't quote me on that. I actually couldn't even see who the hell number 84 was. It's fine, don't worry about it. Kaliev, Ivanov, and Baldwin still out there against Jones and Nason, who takes this draw against Ivanov, who wins it clean. Baldwin for Fuller. Back again to the point. Fuller's shot goes just wide, and Gibson will cover the rebound. Baldwin was in front on that attempt. Look at the mustache. God damn. Top units out. Wong, Fragapani, and Redden against Drouin and Hedon. The Habs kill. As Drouin wins the draw, Ellis will clear after a quick pass. 1 minute to go on the power play. Here's Fuller looking to lead the breakout. Finds Wong in the neutral zone. And the Golden Seals are in, but a pass off the skate ruins that. Rokon quickly recovers for Fragapani. There's puck. Fowler having trouble. Hedon is able to clear. And Drouin will give chase here against Rokon. There's a little bit of trouble. Gets it out, though. And now here's Fuller. 37 to go on the power play. Redden, cut back, loses it to Ryan Ellis. And the Ducks have found their form in terms of defensive structure. And Golden Seals really struggling on this opportunity. A great breakout pass there, though, for Dylan Redden. Cutting in, loses it to Drouin. Hedon has it in the neutral zone. He'll take the blue line, no problem. Uncontested. Cuts out wide. Charlie Hedon, just a tour of the offensive zone as Redden gets it back on the back check with just seconds to go on the power play. Kaliev the toe drag. Ivanov, loose puck. Kaliev recovers. Back to the point, it's Redden. Slap shot is blocked in front, and we are back to even strength. Here come the Ducks. Sam Steele loses it, battling with Zeeler. Ivanov now Kaliev, and the outlet pass to Baldwin. Golden Seals recover possession, but it's loose in the neutral zone yet again. Here's Jonathan Drouin. Out wide, pass in front, picked off by Zeeler, poked loose. Gervais recovers. 1T goes high and bounces off the back of the net. Zeeler having trouble. Ivanov recovers. He's been out there for a long time. Niedermeyer looking to lead the charge. Josiah Niedermeyer. Our top defenseman, Baldwin for Ivanov. Shot, technically not, but here's Baldwin with a glove save. Response from John Gibson. This overtime thus far has been absolutely ridiculous. It'll be a fresh second line for Anaheim against a somewhat tired second line of Wong, Ivanov, and Baldwin. We'll see who can get the win here. It's Ivanov. Here's Jenks in front for Wong, over for Baldwin. Now Pilstrom again. The amount of lefties that we have in the lineup, particularly on this line, costing us right now. Why do you like a lefty-righty dynamic? Maybe this is why, because I've seen enough of this. But here's Ivanov in the corner. Looking to cut in, puck's loose, and now Gervais leading the counterattack for Anaheim. Silfverberg, the veteran, in front, broken up. Sestito is able to cover. 12:30 to go in this overtime. I would hope and pray that we don't have to go to double overtime. But goddamn, what a battle thus far. We've gotten the better of the play, but that power play might be the turning point. Lieb, Krog, and Koriston, the LKA line, or the LKK line, are out. I was thinking of Alexei Koriston. Here's Gervais. Barron, able to keep it in, just barely. Ricard Raquel. Anaheim looking for space. Puck down low yet again, sent around. Domi recovers. Anaheim also struggling to find space here, though. Silfverberg in front for Raquel. Back for Silfverberg. Pilstrom able to corral it off the pads. And now here's Koriston. Koriston will send it around as the pressure was coming. Here's Lieb. Battling. Down low. Can Lieb recover? He can. Around the back pass, though. Cut off by Ciolfito. Recovered, though. Still battling for it. Anaheim able to recover. Now here's Max Jones with a little bit of space. Loses it quickly to Rokon. Krog for Bachman. The fourth line's out. Webb, Bachman again. Tries to take the shot. It's denied. Rokon's shot goes wide. Fuller takes a shot. Barron picks it up. Bachman, Krog still out there. The third liner on the fourth line. Fuller tries to get the pass. Around the back, it'll be recovered by Bachman. To the point, it's Rokon. Down low again. Booze turns it over. Not a good look. Here's Anaheim. Max Jones in front, broken up, and Sestito is able to cover. Every counterattack from Anaheim is frightening. One shot can end this. Fourth line v first line for Anaheim here. Webb, Booze, and Bachman. Can Booze win the draw? He cannot. Larson, the quick shot, is denied. Drouin looking for space. Here's Lettinen. Lettinen having trouble against Bachman. Puck loose. Webb will drop back for Rokon, who leads the charge. Rokon for Bachman. Slap shot broken up on the back check by Lettinen. We're almost halfway through this overtime. Drouin for Andre Kasha. Has trouble. Boo's able to recover. Now here's Webb. Breakout pass for Kaliev, fresh off the bench. His drop pass is intercepted. Here's Anaheim on the charge again. Drouin sealed out by Rokon. Rokon leading the way, and it will be offside. Unfortunately, that will get us the line change, though. We'll get a replay of this Lettinen shot. A quick shot, but a big kick save from Sestito. So much pressure on Sestito. We're going to have to make sure we customize him, too, and get him a better goalie mask. Come on now. Redden, Fragapani, and Kaliev out against a very tired top unit for the Ducks. Fragapani wins the draw. Redden loses it, battles Larson. Dylan Redden still fighting for it. Redden for Fragapani. It was too low, though. Here's Kaliev. Niedermeyer now back again. Redden, the one-timer, is denied by John Gibson. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. That was our best chance of the game thus far. Dylan Redden is the guy that you want in that situation. Fragapani wins the draw. Domi battling for it. Puck thrown on. Shoulder save by Gibson. Now here's Ellis. Silfverberg over the blue line for Anaheim. Sends it around. 35 will give chase. That is Josiah Niedermeyer. Breakout pass for Zeeler. Has trouble. I believe that was Silfverberg on the play. Niedermeyer still battling down low. Raquel throws a shot on. Shoulder save from Sestito. Still battling, and Niedermeyer will win it. Outlet pass to Kaliev. Arthur Kaliev cuts in front. Circles back. Finds Pilstrom. Down low. Now it's Fragapani. Here's Baldwin for Redden. Out to the point. Here's Jenks. Back again. The one-time passes are insane. Jenks looking for space. And the Golden Seals find a lane. You can't possibly expect me to commentate over this. Pilstrom the shot! Stopped by Gibson. Loose puck is covered with 9:18 to go. Pilstrom finally unleashes the shot from the point. But Gibson, despite the traffic in front from Dylan Redden, is able to make the save. And we'll see what unit gets sent out here. It's the second line. Wong, Ivanov, and Baldwin against Jones, Ciolfito, and Nason. Let's see, can Ivanov win this draw? He cannot. Here's Anaheim. Jones over the red line and into the zone. Max Jones loses it. Pilstrom finds the outlet pass, and it's a 3-on-2 here for the Golden Seals. Ivanov for Baldwin. Back for Wong. Tried to go back to Baldwin, but it's Max Jones on the back check. 9:02 remaining. Who will break first? Wong, Ivanov, and Baldwin still out. The same units out still for both teams. Can Ivanov win the draw? He cannot. Ciolfito wins it yet again. And here's Nason over the blue line for Anaheim. Nason down low, cycles back for Jones. 1T is blocked. Tremendous bit of defense there. Outlet pass intercepted by Max Jones off the boards. Loose puck recovered by Coruscant, and now here's Wong. Into the zone, tries to drop back. Anaheim able to break that up. Here's Bowen Byram on their top unit. Ciolfito for Larson. Shot off the post! Jacob Larson hits the post. The best chance of the game. Pilstrom finds Coruscant. Lieb trying to join the rush. Coruscant looking for help. Down low, tries to pass it back in front. Charlie Hodon is there. And he'll send it down low. Recovered by Rokon. Quickly out for Lieb. Here's the rookie Lieb. Fuller loses it. Hodon will send it in. Breakout looking a little bit rough for this Golden Seals team at this point in time, as we're beyond the halfway point. Here's Lieb. Tries to jam it home. Gibson is able to cover. Absolutely ridiculous. The effort from these two teams thus far. 7:44 remaining. This is only game 2. Webb, Booz, and Bachman. Face off 1. Rokon, now Fuller. Rokon, the slap shot off the post! A post of our own. Rokon nearly ended it. Booze tries to pass in front. It goes all the way through. Rokon battling, trying to maintain possession, and does. Here's Fuller. Finds Bachman, the veteran of the team. He'll send it down low. That's Lee battling for it, I believe. No, that's Booze. Pardon my confusion as Anaheim gets the puck back. Their top unit's out. Here's Lettinen into the zone. Lettinen looking, drops back for Barron. Drouin's shot broken up. There's a foot race. Lettinen recovers. Having trouble with Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer wins it, gets the outlet pass to Bachman. Shrugging off the pressure. Charles Bachman. Puck ends up down low. Loose in front. Bachman can't recover. That's Fragapane out there battling for it as well. Here's Kasha. Anaheim looking for space, struggling to find any at the blue line. Still refusing to dump it in. Drouin. Saucer pass over it, would have been offside. Here's Redden. Dylan Redden over the blue line. Looking. Dylan Redden shot and a kick save with the right pad from Gibson. Redden's had a couple of opportunities in this overtime. Here's Ricard Raquel. Sauce pass over. Silverberg's extra pass to Domi is all for naught. Zieler recovers. Here's Fragapane. Howard Fragapane. Looking. Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer struggling. Too much pressure. Too many layers for the Ducks defense. At the blue line as Ryan Ellis will send the puck in deep. Zieler recovers. Here's Wong. Short pass to Ivanov. Back pressure. The center takes the lane. Ivanov down low. In front. Wong. Kick save by Gibson. Wong with arguably the best opportunity yet again of this overtime frame. A wide open shot in front, but John Gibson is able to recover. And if we were to lose this game, that is the moment that we will remember. Wong is still out there with Ivanov and Baldwin. Second line v fourth line. Ivanov wins the draw. Quick set of passes. Wong, now Ivanov to the point. Niedermeyer will send it back around. Ivanov back to the point. Here's Wong. Niedermeyer. And Zieler unable to recover. It's a 2-on-1 for Anaheim. Houdon. It's broken up. And they will back off, interestingly enough. Niedermeyer to Rokon, and now Lieb. 2-on-2. Lieb with space. Tries to pass across. It gets broken up. Charlie Houdon battling Lieb. Lieb recovers. Over, and a glove save from Gibson. That was number 81, Krog, who could not make the most of that opportunity. As you see the hit there on Wong. Lieb, Krog, and Koriston out. Third line v third line. The energy advantage to Anaheim. Krog loses the draw. Ciolfado has been phenomenal for them in terms of defensive zone draws. Here's Lieb off the interception. Over, and a big kick save from Gibson. Koriston the opportunity. Here's Lieb. Shot deflects, and it's in! Koriston. Andre Koriston. The California Golden Seals win it in overtime. Koriston with the phenomenal chance moments before, only to deflect the shot from the rookie Lieb. He is the hero. The California Golden Seals have a 2-0 series lead on the Anaheim Ducks, and you can't say we didn't earn it. Right there, that was the big chance for Krog moments before. Ciolfado won the draw. There was the turnover, and then Koriston in front. The California Golden Seals. 2-1 final in overtime. 50 shots. 2 goals. What an effort from John Gibson. 48 saves. Sestito with 36 of his own. And then Koriston was involved in both goals. And the California Golden Seals have a 2-0 series lead on the Anaheim Ducks, which is just ridiculous. We will go to Honda Center for games 3 and 4 with the chance. I mean, again, you look there. Anaheim was 8-1-1. I mean, technically, they had a slightly better record than us down the stretch. Absolutely ridiculous. And we'll find out what happens next time. I'm kidding. You've come this far. You're seeing the whole series. Let's do this. Game 3. Everybody take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Game 2 is over with. The dramatics, it's all in the past. Game 3. It's a clean slate. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. Game 3. The series shifts to Anaheim. Let's see what we can do. First period. And we do get the opening goal. It's Dylan Redden, but Silfverberg is able to get it back. 14 shots to 12 in their favor. So we get the opening goal in the first period. Yet again, though, Anaheim able to get it back. This time, though, they get it back in the first period rather than in the second. Speaking of that, second period, and the Anaheim Ducks have a lead for the first time in this series, I do believe. It's Lettinen with 25 seconds to go. They have a slight shot advantage and the 1-goal lead on the board as we head into the third period. We need a goal relatively quickly here to set the tone, but Lettinen, their top line left wing, is the difference maker thus far as we are halfway through and Sam Steele makes it a 2-goal lead. Power play chance for the Ducks is killed off, but it's very unlikely now that we're going to see a comeback. And that is indeed the case. 3-1 final. The Ducks are not out of it yet. 39 shots to 33. 3-1 on the board. John Gibson able to shut the door this time out. We get the opening goal with Dylan Redden, but we could not get the follow-up this time. The trend is underway of the home team winning every game. We will hopefully snap said trend in Game 4. I don't think there's anything we're going to change lineup-wise, more than likely. I think it's just a matter of getting down to it. If we lose this game, though, we'll potentially look at making changes, but that's a what-if situation, and I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. I think we're going to win Game 4. Only one way to find out, though. First period of Game 4 here in Anaheim. Will our 2-1 series lead turn into a 3-1, or will we be tied heading back to Oakland, technically, for the next game? Let's find out. First period, and yet again we get the opening goal, and yet again it is Dylan Redden. This time, though, no equalizer in this opening 20 minutes from the Ducks. That could be what we need. 15 shots to 7, 1-0 on the board, a fairly dominant period. That is a much better start to the game. Second period, though, is going to be crucial. Can we maintain the lead? No, we cannot. 2 goals, Lettinen and Sam Steele. 2-1 Anaheim, 22 shots apiece. And we need the offense to step up. Can they solve John Gibson here in this third period? Power play for the Ducks is killed off. We need a goal. Power play opportunity for us that we can't capitalize on, and we are halfway through the third, and Max Domi makes it 3. And yet again, deja vu. A 1-0 lead turns into a 3-1 deficit, and that will not be the final score, as Charlie Hodon makes it 4-1 for a final score. A 2-0 series lead has evaporated. The home team has yet to lose from, I believe, was it? No, it wasn't back-to-back 2-1 wins. But from a 4-1 win and a 2-1 win at home to a 3-1 loss and a 4-1 loss on the road. This series is now essentially a best of 3. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating to see that lead disappear. We fought so hard on home ice to get the lead, and now John Gibson is turning back into the goaltender that we would have expected him to, as we might be looking at making some changes here. The 1 point for Wong. That second line's been somewhat ineffective, and that fourth line has really struggled. Albertson, Greer. I'm not sure really what we could change about the fourth line. I'm going to swap Webb and Bachman. Maybe we'll just find different formula there that could be successful. And then second line, I don't know if I want to split up Wong and Ivanov. They've been so good. They have been so good. You know what? For now, I mean, Kaliev does have 2 points. The 2 goals from Ivanov, but we can't pull him off of center, which I don't believe. Technically, we could put Baldwin there. I want to keep Ivanov and Wong together, like I want to keep Redden and Fragapani together for the moment. So we're gonna make this. We're gonna make the change. Baldwin and Kaliev will be swapped yet again. Defensively, Niedermeyer and Zieler have been getting ripped apart so far in this series. So we will reunite Rokon and Niedermeyer. Goaltending-wise, you can't blame Sestito. You can't. It's been the defense in front of him and the lack of goal scoring, which will hopefully be an issue that is solved here for Game 5. I'd like to think we still have an opportunity here. Let's see what happens. Game 5, oh so important. Two straight wins, 2 consecutive wins. Couldn't decide what I wanted to say, so I just pretty much said Tuukka Rask, which is fine. 2 straight wins to begin this series. Now on 2 straight losses, heading back here. Home ice. Can we get the job done? Is the question. We need to. That trend needs to continue of the home team winning. First period of Game 5, and that is a disastrous start. 2 goals for Ricard Raquel. 12 shots to 7, and we're down 2-0. Second period, can we battle back? Wow. Kaliev gets the goal. Anaheim's skill is winning out right now. 4-1 deficit heading into the third period. Rokon gets a goal back. It's 4-2. But this is still a very large mountain to climb. Drouin makes it 5. And we're just not seeing the same team that we managed to see in those first 2 games. That shutdown defense. 2 goals allowed in the first 2 games. And since then, said you can't really blame the goaltender. Maybe you can for that game. 5 goals on 27 shots. 5-2 final. Anaheim wins their 3rd straight game. John Gibson shutting us down. And we are facing elimination in Anaheim for Game 6. 3 straight losses. Absolutely brutal, to be honest. 12 goals allowed in 3 games. Every series in the East is done. There are still 3 series ongoing in the West. We need to look to do something here. I mean, the difference has been John Gibson. There's no denying that. Sestito down to a 917 after that abysmal performance. We can blame him for that one at the very least. Redden and Fragapani haven't exactly been killing it. Baldwin, desperate times call for desperate measures. I think we can agree on that, right? We're down 3-2. We're making the split. It's going to be Ivanov. You know what? It's going to be Ivanov and Redden, because Ivanov's more of the playmaker. Hopefully Redden can be the goal scorer. And in fairness, Redden's only slightly better at center. We'll still have the 4-on-4 lines be set up in a decent way. So we're going to go Ivanov, Redden, and I don't know if we're going to go with Baldwin. He only has the 1 point. 3 points for Kaliev, 3 points for Liev. That third line's been solid. There is a chance that I really drop Baldwin here. Let's go Ivanov, Redden, Kaliev, Wong, Fragapani. And I think I'll probably leave Baldwin there because I don't want to break up that third line. They've been solid. They have been solid. Not great, but solid. It's a tough call. We have the 1 point there. Only 1 point for Wong. Do we want to reward some of the members of that? You know what? We are going to reward some of the members of that third line. Wong hasn't been terrible. Kaliev hasn't been terrible. But I'd expect Kaliev to have a higher point total. We are going to go with Ivanov, Redden, Krog, Lieb, Fragapani, Koriston. This is where some people probably get pissed, but it is what it is. And then Wong, Baldwin, and Kaliev on the third line. That third line should be able to rip apart anybody that they run into. Fragapani, we'll see if he can boost. You know, in fairness, that might be too one-sided. Let's go with Ivanov, Redden, Koriston, Lieb, Fragapani, and Krog. So at the very least, Fragapani has Krog to work with. Desperate times call for desperate measures. That's all I'm saying. And on the fourth line, we need a change there, to be honest. We need a change there. You know what? In fairness, Baldwin might be the guy who can boost up that line. Well, let's go Bachman, Booze, Baldwin, as crazy as that is. And who is the best center on this line? In fairness, we actually can't do that. We can't because no one's good enough to play center unless we drop Krog back down, which we will. Let's go Wong, Krog, and Webb. Baldwin with Booze and Bachman. It is a clusterfuck of a lineup as we're just mixing and matching and doing anything we can. So we have 2 dominant players with someone who's been decent. 2 somewhat dominant players with someone who's been decent. 2 high-rated players with someone who's been decent. Oh, in the regular season at least. And then Baldwin, I mean, in fairness, someone has to get dropped. And you're going to be the guy because that fourth line needs changes. Defensively, Niedermeyer has not been what we've needed. But he's still going to be on that top pairing with Rokon. That's the difference, is our high-scoring defense has not shown up whatsoever. That obviously needs to change. And you know what? We're actually going to make another slight change here. We're going to go with... Let's go with Niedermeyer, Rokon, Fuller, Pilstrom, Jenks, and Zeeler. We're changing up whatever the hell we can, trying to spark any change that we can. It's Game 6 in Anaheim. The season is on the line. It's been nice that we made the playoffs, but we showed in those first 2 games that we can hang with the Ducks. But now it's a question of whether or not we can do more than just keep up with them. Can we beat them? In a series, that is. First period of Game 6 on the road here in Anaheim, and we do get the opening goal. It's been a dangerous trend, but Lieb gets the opening goal. They doubled us up in shots, outshooting us 10-5 in that first period, but we do have the lead. I'll take it 1-0 at the end of the opening 20 minutes, thanks to the rookie Lieb. Second period, and damn it, Anaheim gets it back. It's Silfverberg. 1-1, 17 shots apiece. Third period. Let's see what happens. And Drouin scores early. 4 minutes in. 2-1 Ducks. We need a goal here. Halfway through the third. We need a goal. Can we find it? Yes, Dylan Redden. 5 minutes left. As we go down the stretch. 2:24 remaining. Season's on the line. Let's do this. Yet again, this might go down as the longest episode in this series, but this is something we cannot miss. A chance to force Game 7, and yes, I certainly do hope it doesn't last as long as the last game did, but a chance to force Game 7 back home in Oakland. Can we do it? Let's find out. Here we go. Redden will take the draw. 2:27 on the clock. Anaheim wins it. Quick passes. Here's Ricard Raquel. For Bowen Byram. Over! And Silfverberg just missed the shooting opportunity. Raquel. Good chance for Anaheim. Domi. Big kick save from Sestito. A tremendous amount of offense to begin this in-depth sim, as we'll call it here, and a gigantic save from Brock Sestito, robbing Max Domi. Our lives flashed before our eyes there. Ivanov, Redden, and Korston out against Lettinen, Drouin, and Kasha. Redden will win the draw. Rokon to Niedermeyer, now to Ivanov. Playing wing as opposed to center where he started in this series. Redden, Ivanov back again. A save from Gibson. Ivanov wins it back. Redden having trouble with Drouin. Still, it's Redden. Pass is intercepted. Here's Andre Kasha. Looking, gets into the zone. Loses it for Korston off the deep. Loses it to Korston. Here's Rokon, and now Redden. Redden and Ivanov 2-on-2. Dylan Redden. Drops back for Niedermeyer. Finds Kaliev. Niedermeyer again. Pilstrom. DDD passes Niedermeyer, the deflection chance. Drouin has it in front. Gibson will cover with 1:31 to go. Redden, 3 goals. Oscar Winehandle in Colorado is an absolute monster. He and Rantanen work so well together. It's second line v second line. Lieb, Fragapani, and Kaliev against Domi, Raquel, and Silverberg, actually. Here's Fuller. Pilstrom. Back again. Looking. Fuller. Tries to bring it down the boards. Finds Lieb. Anaheim wins it back. It's Raquel, Domi to Silverberg. Quick movement from the Ducks. 1:13 to go. Drop back. Domi the chance and a big save again for Sestito. Lieb finds Kaliev on the breakout. Arthur Kaliev loses it to Fowler. Still battling for it. Fowler will recover. Under 1 minute to go. Anaheim. Drop pass. Lieb intercepts. Here's Krog and now Webb. The 4th liner moved up to the 3rd liner. Bryson Webb. Looking for space. Finds Krog. Now back again. Lieb. Shot goes wide. Ciolfoto loses it in the pads of Gibson, who will cover with 37.9 left in regulation. As Anthony Rokon leading the playoffs, postseason, in hits. It's Wong, Krog, and Webb, the WKW. Anaheim, though, will win the draw. Here's Nason. 33 to go. Stefan Nason. Toe drag, loses it on the hit. Here's Webb, now to Krog. Leading the breakout, back to Wong, and offside. There was a chemistry system, which who knows, there might be an underlying one. You might be able to say, well, it's because they're not familiar with one another. Maybe you'd be right. Wong, Krog, and Webb. Here we go. Face off won by the Seals. Here's Krog. Sends it around. It's Webb who gives chase and wins it back. Rokon. Down the boards. Webb having trouble to the point it's Krog. Looking for space. Sent low. Byram will recover. Here's Nason. 3 seconds remaining. Slap shot goes wide. And we are going to overtime here in Game 6. Something I wasn't exactly hoping for. Yet here we are. Overtime. Game 6 here in Anaheim. Huge chances. Mainly for the Ducks down the stretch. Sestito was up for the occasion and has gotten us to this point. 27 shots apiece, pretty much dead even, and time on attack. Here we go. Here we go. Overtime. Win, and we force Game 7 back on home ice. Lose, and this miraculous season is over. Ivanov, Redden, and Koristin are out there. Anaheim wins the draw. Andre Kasha over the line. Looking. Brings it down low. Loses it on the bump. Now here's Koristin. Looking. Drops back for Rokon. Quick pass for Ivanov. He has a little bit of space. Here's Redden, and the shot goes high. Might have been a glove save from Gibson. A tremendous chance there for Dylan Redden. Seals still have possession. Looking for chances. We might want to set these guys up for one in the future. Ivanov might have hit the side of the net. Still has it. Jamming away. Puck in front. Bowen Byram is there. Here's Lettinen. 3-on-2 for the Ducks. Kasha takes the shot. Shoulder save from Sestito. Another chance right into the chest of Sestito. Huge chances for both teams to begin this overtime frame. And that was indeed a glove save on Dylan Redden. John Gibson, the difference maker. If they win this series, you know why. It's because John Gibson has turned into every bit of the elite goaltender that he has the potential to become. Lieb, Fragapani, and Kaliev out. And it's a defensive zone victory here for the Seals. Here's Kaliev. Arthur Kaliev finds Lieb. Fuller. Back again, though, to Lieb. Pilstrom. Kaliev now tries to throw it in front. Fragapani. Kaliev. Can the Seals find space? Silverberg battling. Domi finds Silverberg. Here's Anaheim, a drop pass for Max Domi. He has been all over the place for them. Silverberg tries to send it back up high. Lieb is there. Has no help, though, on the left side boards. Quick line change. Here's Lieb. Sends it around the back to Krogh. Back to the point, it's Fuller. Down low again, Anaheim seals out that play. Ellis around the back, it's Domi again. Here's Anaheim on the counterattack. Raquel, cross-ice pass to Silfverberg. Silfverberg, 2-on-1, loses it. The puck will exit the zone at the very least. The Seals able to make changes as needed. John Gibson traveling. For some reason, 81 stopped pressuring. Fowler sends it around. Trouble for Jones. He's able to recover, though. It's Ellis. Breakout pass intercepted by Jenks. Finds Krogh. Back to the point. Wong looking for space. Finds Krogh, who tries to go back to the point. Nason intercepts. Jones over the line. Has a shooting lane. Loses it to Zeeler. Jenks to Krogh, and now Baldwin. Here comes the Seals counterattack. Krogh looking, tries to drop back for Baldwin. It's broken up. Ciolfido loses it. Quick line change allows Nason to get the breakout pass. Quick 1-2s. Anaheim still battling for the sloppy game here. Baldwin able to come up with it and lead the breakout. Here's Luke Baldwin. Drop back for Jenks to the point again. It's Zeeler. Here's Bachman. Booze, Zeeler looking for space. Can they break down the Anaheim defense? Cross-ice pass goes all the way through. Anaheim recovers, and here's Sam Steele, who will send it around. Anaheim able to win the race as Oscar Lindberg. Back for Steele. Barron tries to send it around, gets sealed out. Here's Jenks around the back of the Golden Seals net. D-to-D pass to Zeeler. Breakout pass for Booze. He'll lose it to the back checking Lindberg. Not much in terms of offensive tempo for the Golden Seals. Gervais looking, broken up yet again. Here's Baldwin. He's going to have trouble. Tries a cross-ice pass. There was nobody there. Really struggling to get any form of breakout going are the Seals. Bachman for Redden, now Zeeler. Cross-ice pass to Corriston goes through. It'll be Bachman again. He'll send it low. Redden gives chase against Jonathan Drouin. Redden comes up with it. Dylan Redden for Corriston, back again. Redden in space. The glove save from Gibson. Redden just cannot snipe that glove side of John Gibson at this point in time. He's had a couple of opportunities now, and it just hasn't happened. Ivanov, Redden, and Corriston out against Lettinen, Drouin, and Kasha. First line v first line, and Redden wins the draw. Niedermeyer, a shooting lane. Save by Gibson. Yet again, John Gibson standing tall in this overtime. Anaheim, the one-timer, goes wide. Ivanov for Rokon. Now to Corriston. A huge opportunity for our previous overtime hero. Finds Redden, who gets cleaned out and is rocked. Not sure if he's hurt. Could have just been a low-energy situation. Anaheim circles back. Byram, Lettinen. Larson takes the hit at the point. And it's Lieb looking to lead the counter. Lieb for Kaliev. Back again. Rokon for Fragapani. Rokon slap shot and a glove save. You can't beat Gibson glove side without a deflection. It's just not going to happen. As we're going to watch Bowen Byram absolutely rock Dylan Redden. I don't believe he's hurt, but that is a massive hit. It'll be Lieb, Fragapani, and Kaliev out on this offensive zone draw. Fragapani against Raquel. Face-off won by Fragapani. Here's Kaliev, the shot. And a kick save, perhaps a blocker save by John Gibson. Almost 5 minutes into this overtime. A good chance there for Kaliev. No rebound. The story of John Gibson's game, I do suppose. Same units are out there. Fragapani will take this draw. Can he get the win? Yes, he can. Fuller. D-to-D pass to Pilstrom, now back again. Two defensemen looking for space. Half-boards to Kaliev, down low for Lieb. He's battling, loses it. Here's Bowen Byram, he loses it on the hit. Lieb tries to throw a puck on net, but the ever-established presence of Bowen Byram. Raquel slap shot, blocked down in front by Fuller. Breakout pass is intercepted though. Ricard Raquel in front for Domi. 1T goes wide. That was Silfverberg. Lieb, the back pressure from Domi. takes the puck off of him. Anaheim, unlike the previous overtime, controlling play. Silfverberg is hooked, and the Ducks will go to the power play. And that might do it. I believe, and it was Krog who ends up hooking Silfverberg. A frustration penalty as we see him go to the box twice, because why not? Bachman and Booz are out against Kasha, Ciolfado, and Domi. And this could be trouble. Zeeler, though, able to clear. Here we go. Come on. Bowen Byram around the back for Fowler. Can the penalty kill hold up? I certainly hope so. Max Domi for Kasha, back again. Domi to the point to Fowler. Anaheim looking. Bachman able to break it up and is able to clear. Here's Domi. Around the back for Bowen Byram as the Ducks are able to recover. Ciolfado. Domi. Pass broken up by Booz. He's not able to clear, though. Byram, D-to-D pass. Here's Fowler. Looking for space. Kasha. The 1-2s turn over here, and Bachman's able to clear almost halfway through the power play for the Ducks. Domi. Puck off a skate, still goes to Ciolfado. He finds Raquel. Loses it. Fuller, able to clear. Halfway through, still tied here, of course. Next goal wins in sudden death. Ryan Ellis for Ciolfado. Loses it on the drag, having trouble, but is able to recover. Pass in front, save by Sestito. Krog up there in penalty minutes. Will he cost us this game? It's Webb and Lieb, both very tired against Raquel, Drouin, and Lettinen. Lieb, able to win the draw despite not being a natural center. Rokon finds and clears. The big moment will be if this is killed off. As Gibson's forced to cover, it's going to be a huge offensive zone draw for us. The big moment is whether or not we'll be able to make the most of our opportunity once the man is out of the box, if he ends up being out of the box. Webb and Lieb are still out. Lieb wins another draw. Here's Webb looking. Lieb being tied up, and no interference call on that. Ricard Raquel for Anaheim. Now Larson, and back again. Jonathan Drouin. Anaheim looking for a shooting lane. They can't find it. Bryson Webb is able to recover and nearly sends it over the glass. But thankfully it goes all the way down. 13 seconds to go on the Anaheim power play. Quick breakout pass for Ricard Raquel. Jonathan Drouin cuts inside. Looking, it's broken up. Raquel, shot blocked down. Letting him back to the point. We are even strength. Ellis, deflection on the shot. Sestito makes the save. The kill is complete. Lettinen with that opportunity on the deflection. Wouldn't have been the first time in this series that we would have seen a team that had a power play win on a deflection shot later on. Thankfully, it did not happen there. It's Lieb, Fragapani, and Kaliev against Steele, Hudon, and Lindbergh. Second line v fourth line. This is what we wanted, although Lieb is going to be quite tired. Barron shot off the mask, I believe. Fragapani's able to recover, though. Here's Kaliev over the blue line. Looking. Drops back for Rokon. Seals looking for space. Pass in front. Barron able to break it up. Fragapani still battling Lindbergh for it, who will recover and send it in. Rokon for Niedermeyer. Here's Ivanov, fresh off the bench. Kaliev. Nice move at center ice. Didn't accomplish much, though. Quick shot and a glove save from John Gibson. Tell me if you've heard that one before. Big saves on both sides. It's just a matter of who is going to break first, and I'm a little bit afraid here because I feel like Anaheim's getting the better of the net front presence, which of course is how we won in overtime previously. First line v fourth line, Ivanov, Redden, and Koriston. This is our chance. Redden loses the draw to Hudon. Gervais has trouble. Ivanov recovers. Looking. Redden, quick shot, save. Koriston the rebound, and another save from Gibson. Redden wins it back. Lindbergh intercepted by Ivanov. Fuller for Redden. Back to the point. 1T, and Gibson is able to make the save through traffic. Just as we talked about Anaheim getting the better of it We had an opportunity there that we couldn't quite take advantage of. It was Korston in front. He elected to jump over the shot as opposed to going for the deflection. But a good opportunity there. Ivanov, Redden, and Korston still out against Jones, Ciolfito, and Nason. Can Redden win the draw? He cannot. Ciolfito is a face-off beast for the Ducks as they gain entry. Shot. Healed. Ciolfito battling low. In front for Nason. Looking. Back pressure able to get the best of him. A tour of the zone here. Anaheim trying to get an opening. Deflected by Redden. Loose puck. Redden still battling for it. Finds it between the legs past to Pillstrom to start the counterattack. Korston. Pillstrom to Ivanov down low. Back in front again. Pillstrom for Redden. Picked it up on the backhand and couldn't get the shot away. Fuller. Korston loses it. It's an Anaheim counterattack. Nason over the line. Ciolfito for Ellis. The shot. Called the shot. The chance. The chance. Big glove save. Oh my God. Ivanov will send it low. Webb is there uncontested. Back towards the point, and it's Krog who picks it up on the half boards. Webb for Krog, and a glove save, maybe even just a clean chest save from Gibson. Huge saves on both sides, but the biggest save of this overtime goes right there. Brock Sestito with a Gibson-esque glove to keep this game alive, to keep this series alive, to keep this postseason alive. My God. Here's Zeeler. Jenks. Now back again. Krog to the point. Silfverberg picks off the pass. Counterattack for Anaheim. Here's Jenks. Zeeler and Webb. Krog looking back to the point. Zeeler for Wong. Back again. Not enough shot attempts here. Larson picks it off on the wraparound. Here's Bowen Byram for the Ducks. Over for Raquel. Loses it due to pressure. Byram pinching. Gets it back. Silfverberg for Raquel in front. He can't get a piece of it. A huge wasted chance there for Anaheim. Kaliev turns it over. Anaheim putting on the pressure. One-timer. Might have been saved. Might have gone wide. Regardless, another chance goes to waste for Anaheim. Here's Kaliev. Stepping in, it's Krog. Over, and the 1T. Also wasted Larson. Battling. Byram loses it. Here's Jonathan Drouin for the Ducks. We're halfway through this overtime. Silfverberg for Drouin, and the glove save by Sestito. As my dog is going insane. Give me a moment here. Give me a moment. I'm just going to mute the mic and step away because I don't want to pause this because fuck it, we might win it. I'll be back in a second, I promise. We're back, I swear, as Anaheim cuts in front. Niedermeyer able to play it out. Don't worry, we're here. We're taking this seriously. You'd think I wouldn't be at this point. Kasha, the 1T off the crossbar. Anaheim so close. Kasha sends it in deep. Can we survive this onslaught? Around the back again, Anaheim will recover. Barron for Drouin, now to Kasha. Loose in front, Fragapani, and Sestito is able to cover 11 minutes into this overtime. We've had our chances. Anaheim undoubtedly has had the better of the opportunities. Lieb, Fragapani, and Kaliev are out against the tired top unit for the Ducks. Fragapani wins the draw. Rokan. Quick pass back out. Now here's Kaliev along the boards yet again. Finds Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer down low. Back to the point. It's Lieb. Can the Seals find space? Rokan with an opportunity. Doesn't take it. Finds Fuller off the bench. He loses it on the toe drag. And it's Kasha yet again for the Ducks. Looking. Down the boards, battling. Here's Drouin. Fowler turns it over to Rokan, and it'll be recovered by Bachman. Over for Kaliev, still out there. Windmill. Looking for space. Quick movement here. Pilstrom turns it over to Ellis, though. Here's Drouin. It's Oscar Lindberg. Fresh legs for Anaheim. Drouin recovers. Lindberg over for steal. He doesn't have the 1T option. Cam Fowler stepping in. Fowler, and somehow, I think that deflected off of his own man, Bachman. Sestito able to make the save. We're still going. Fourth line v. fourth line. Bachman, Booz, and Baldwin against Steele, Hudon, and Lindberg. Pilstrom having trouble after picking it up. Steele for Hudon. Charlie Hudon, quick shot, and Sestito flashes the leather. 7:52 to go. Who will break first? How Brock Sestito is putting on this performance. Doubt him now, damn it. Blame him for Game 5, but you can't blame him for Game 6. Here's Fuller. For Pilstrom, and now Baldwin down the right-hand side. Quick passes back. Baldwin having trouble against Fowler, who wins it. Lindberg loses it back for Pilstrom. Puck ends up behind the Anaheim goal. Ducks with possession now. Here's Oscar Lindberg. Gains entry. Lindberg looking for space. 1T in front for Fowler. Couldn't get the one-time shot off. Did get the clean shot. Wasn't enough. Wraparound chance. Sestito covers. And we are still deadlocked. Multiple chances for Cam Fowler in this game. And a big kick save there by Brock Sestito. We continue onward. Ivanov, Redden, and Koristin against Jones, Ciofito, and Nason. Can Redden get the upset draw? Win, he does. Ciofito very, very rarely loses. Here comes the counter. Seals dumping around. Bowen Byram's there to cut it off. He'll send it back. Seals will regain possession with Jenks. Loses it on a poke. You can see the speed, the lack of speed for Jenks as he sends it around for Ivanov. Having trouble. Pressure being kept up by the Ducks. It's Jenks for Redden. Now Koristin on the boards. Back pressure coming. Looking for space. Koristin ends up losing it. Redden battling Ciofito, who somehow comes up with that between the legs of Redden. Stefan Nason looking. Ciofito having trouble against Ivanov. A hook attempt barely misses. A near power play chance for the Seals. Here's Koristin. The overtime hero before a slap shot and a blocker save by Gibson. Jenks battling. Koristin recovers. He'll send it down low, but Barron is there. Barron for Ricard Raquel. Spin move pass back to Barron, who recovers, and an easy kick save there from Sestito. It's Wong losing it to Raquel. D-to-D pass. And again, Barron's pass is broken up. It's Niedermeyer. Josiah Niedermeyer takes the shot. Saved by Gibson. Loose puck, though, swatted away by Barron. The game's opening up a little bit. Gervais turns it over to Wong on the back check. Niedermeyer with a great move to get the pass up to Krog. Krog looking. Shot. Save. Rebound opportunity for Wong. And he can't find a way to tuck it home. Here's Webb. Looking. Niedermeyer for Rokon. Krog, and now back again. Looking for space out of the Steels. Too many passes. Kasha loses it to Webb. Bryson Webb now for Wong. Back again to the point. Webb loses it to Drouin in the outlet pass. The Domi is successful. Back again, it's Jonathan Drouin. Looking. Biding time. Kasha. Over for Domi. It's broken up by Rokon. 5 minutes left in this overtime. Good Lord. Chance here. Shot broken up. Still loose. It's Webb. He scores. 15:08 in the overtime of Game 6. And it's Bryson Webb who finds the back of the net. He didn't give up on the play. And the California Golden Seals have forced Game 7. The shot broken up. He finds it again. Beats Gibson, blocker side. Look at the flow. Bryson Webb wins it for the Golden Seals. 15:08 into overtime. And after all of that, we will have a Game 7. Sestito with 37 saves, a 2-point night for Jonathan Drouin, but it was not enough. Webb gets the winning goal. And yet again, deep breaths, everybody, because I don't know if Game 7 will be as dramatic. It could be heartbreaking, but you've made it this far one way or another. Whether you skipped ahead, in which case I wouldn't blame you. Maybe we'll have timestamps to be like, hey, this is where the game ends if you want to do it, whatever. This has been almost a 2-hour episode at this rate, and we're still going with barely any breaks. Actually, really no breaks for the voice, aside from letting my dog out of the room and taking a swig of Palmer twice. Here's number 3, by the way. Game 7. Game 7. 2 Game 7s in the West. Edmonton upset Vancouver, by the way. We're not going to make any changes. This is the team that won. This is the team that can win. Game 7, Oracle Arena, Ducks and Golden Seals. Are you ready? Because I don't know if I am. After 2 dramatic overtime victories, it's Game 7. It comes down to this. Can we get the job done? Can we win it? We won Game 1 and 2, lost 3, 4, and 5, win Game 6 in overtime. And that sets us up for this. It might be an anticlimactic ending. We'll see what happens, though. First period of Game 7 is scoreless. For the first time in this series, I do believe, the first period is scoreless. We outshot them 9-7. I'd say slight advantage to Anaheim for having not given up a goal. Second period, we get the opening goal. It's Booze, the 4th liner. Booze with the goal. 24 shots to 15. And the California Golden Seals are 20 minutes away from punching their ticket to the second round, or from going to overtime, and or potentially blowing this opportunity. Third period, Game 7, 1-0. Here we go. Can we get that insurance goal? Anaheim is not going to go down quietly. 7 minutes in. The next goal, if there is one, is oh so important. Power play chance beyond the midway point goes to waste. 6:58 on the clock. Can the Seals hold on? Stefan Nason! With 2:11 to go as we tried to pause it. We're going to overtime in Game 7. Oh my God. Stefan Nason with 2:11 to go ties it. Overtime looming. There will be a little bit of extra time left on the clock. The next goal will most certainly win now. Here we go. This is it. 10 seconds on the clock. We win the draw. It's Jenks. Quick pass to Booze. He has our goal in this game. It's Booze. 3 seconds. He'll lose it down low. We are going to overtime. For the 3rd time in this series. Game 7. Overtime. Stefan Nason's goal with 5:11 remaining. We're out shooting them 32-22. It comes down to this. The rally towels are out. Can we get the job done? Ivanov, Redden, and Koriston will start us off. Redden loses the draw, to Drouin. I was trying to fight that off and I couldn't do it. The drama is just too palpable. As we have a chance here, it's Dylan Redden! Dylan Redden! Saved by Gibson, not the best opportunity. As Bowen Byram battles Ivanov and Redden, he'll get it out. It's Drouin. It's a 4-on-2 rush for the Ducks, although Byram drops back. Lettinen not able to get by Rokon. He leads the rush himself. Defense into offense for Rokon, and he gets tripped. Rokon, defense to offense, shutting down Lettinen and then drawing the trip against him. We go to the power play early on here in overtime, with a chance to potentially end this. Can we? Is the question. I need to do one thing. Because damn it, if we score, we need the goal song of dreams. That's the thing. If we score, we need the goal song of dreams. We'll bump up the arena music. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. The power play opportunity here. 30 seconds into overtime. It's Wong, Fragapani, and Redden. Fragapani wins the draw. Zeeler down low for Redden. Over for Wong. Not able to pull the trigger. It's Niedermeyer now back again. In front, and a one-timer is blocked down. Fragapani recovers. Here's Redden back again. Redden. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Jones. And it's a breakout here for the Ducks. Jones and Fowler. Loose puck. Jones still battling. Niedermeyer comes up with it and is able to maintain possession. Here's Wong over the line. Redden. Redden steps in. Quick shot. Big save from Gibson. Wong drops off for Redden. In front for Fragapani. He takes the hit from Max Jones. And the puck is cleared. Here's Niedermeyer. Quick outlet pass for Fragapani. Howard Fragapani for Dylan Redden. Shot, save, and the rebound controlled by Fowler. Loose puck. Redden shots blocked again. Fowler will clear, but not all the way down. Zeeler cuts it off, nearly turns it over. But the Seals are able to regather. Here's Wong. Evades the back pressure. Wong, quick shot, and a stop by Gibson. 52 seconds remain on the power play. Some big opportunities there, some big-time shot blocks for the Ducks. Kaliev, Ivanov, and Baldwin are out on this power play. Can Ivanov win the draw? Yes, he can. Fuller for Baldwin in front, broken up by Larson, who recovers and clears. Fuller has trouble, takes a hit from Steele. Ivanov's there, though. Gets the quick pass to Kaliev. Here's Baldwin. Kaliev! Chance is broken up. He hesitated to pull the trigger. Throws a puck on net that goes just wide through the crease. Ivanov on the half-boards. Finds Fuller. It's broken up by Sam Steele. And out of the zone, Sam Steele wins it. Ivanov giving chase and a save. A glove save. A huge chance there for Sam Steele. What an effort. Kaliev brings it across. Ivanov, slap shot, save, rebound chance. Still loose. Nason finds it and dumps it, and that will do it for the power play. Fuller for Ivanov, and now Baldwin as we're back to even strength. Baldwin for Fuller. Broken up, it's Bowen Byram. A chance here for Anaheim. Here's Kasha. Shot goes wide. It's Fuller recovering. Baldwin turns it back over to Kasha. It's Lettinen fresh out of the box, but here's Baldwin yet again. Through the neutral zone. Baldwin for Kaliev. Save, rebound chance. Can't be taken advantage of. It's Baldwin. Now Fuller. D to Rokon. Ivanov for Baldwin. And back down low again. The free flow offense working out for the Seals. Puck loose. Still battling for it. Gervais sends it around. Barron gets cleaned up by Baldwin, who cuts in front. Loose puck, but Nason is there. Here's Lettinen for the Ducks. Kasha looking. Back to the point. Nason, who has the goal that tied it. Slap shot deflects. Ends up wide. Fragapani battling Kasha. He tries to tuck it. It's poked away. Anaheim still with possession. Barron turns it over to Fragapani. Here's Kaliev. Can the Golden Seals go 3 for 3 in overtime? Here's Krog off the bench. Jenks, the shot is stopped by Gibson. Ricard Raquel for Anaheim. Over the blue line. Drops back for Lettinen out of the point. Looking, Gervais, slap shot goes wide, thankfully, as Sestito was not set. Quick passes here between Kaliev and Jenks. Kaliev will turn it over, it's Lettinen. For Raquel. Over for Domi, shot and a glove save from Brock Sestito. as we've hit the 2-hour mark in this episode, I do believe. God damn. Big slap shot opportunity there. The rebound not able to be taken advantage of by Baldwin. We've won in every jersey except for this one. Can we change that? Wong, Krogh, and Webb are out. Can Krogh win the defensive zone draw? Yes, he can. Quick passes from Rokon to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer leads the rush. Pass to Webb. Over for Krogh with space. Save by Gibson on the 5-hole attempt. We've tested Gibson a few times 5-hole in these overtimes and haven't been able to beat him. Here's Fowler. For Anaheim, drops it back for Raquel. Silverberg. The Ducks looking for space. They lose it. Here's Rokon. Over the line. Loses it to Fowler. Didn't have any help on the offensive side of things. It's Silverberg for the Ducks. Drops back for Domi. Back again. Silverberg. Save rebound chance goes wide after Niedermeyer was able to play it. Here's Raquel, though, on the press. Silverberg to the point. Byram's shot blocked and deflected wide. Ivanov recovers on the half boards. Here's Bryson Webb, the hero of Game 6. He'll send it around. Recovered by the Ducks and quickly turned into offense here. It's Charlie Hudon. Hudon looking. Brings it down low. Back for Byram to Larson in front. Silverberg and a glove save by Sestito on Charlie Hudon. Quick movement for the Ducks was not enough to fool Brock Sestito. As you see that big time, one of the few big time chances we've had thus far. Krogh has had so many chances. The fact that he doesn't have an overtime winner is shocking to me. Ivanov, Redden, and Koriston. Can Redden win this defensive zone draw against Hudon? He cannot. Byram, slap shot, loose puck in front. Hudon over, and the shot is blocked by Pilstrom. Huge opportunity, but a great defensive effort. Here's Redden over the blue line for Koriston. Shot broken up. Redden throws it on, and a big kick save for Gibson yet again. Here's Lindbergh. Carries in for Anaheim. Hudon. Shot. Shoulder save for Sestito. Quick movement for Anaheim. Lindbergh. Sends it down low. Hudon battling. Struggling. Still battling. Shot. Pilstrom able to recover the rebound. And now here's Ivanov. Potential 2-on-2 here for the Golden Seals. Toe drag for Ivanov. Broken up. He'll lose it out to Bowen Byram, who has been a defensive machine. As a puck is dumped in, Anaheim offsides. Fragapani easily recovers. Here's Kaliev. Couple of quick moves, has space. Kaliev tries to throw it in front. It's intercepted by Ryan Ellis. Here comes Ellis over the blue line. He drags it back over. He's offside. 13:42 to go. Are we destined for another marathon sprint here? Both goaltenders making big-time saves thus far. Yet again, the question has to be asked, who will break first? It's Lieb, Fragapani, and Kaliev against Jones, Ciolfito, and Nason. Ciolfito loses the draw. He was so dominant in Game 2. Here's Lieb over the line. Lieb started the scoring in the series. Could he end it? He sends it down low. It goes all the way through. Recovered by Kaliev. Kaliev throws it in front. Gibson struggling to find it. Lieb, as it went across the crease, couldn't get a piece of it. Here's Nason. He recovers. And now Max Jones over the blue line. Looking. Nason finds Fowler. Shooting chance and a glove save for Sestito. He'll play it out quickly, though, to Zeeler. It's Kaliev. Finds Fragapani. Howard Fragapani for Baldwin. Jenks back again. Fragapani on the 1T. Did not get all of it. Gibson able to get over despite the traffic. We've seen this season Fragapani definitely more of a setup man as opposed to a pure sniper. But great chance there for him. We can't say that our two big options up front, Baldwin, and Redden and Fragapani haven't had their opportunities in this game. An offensive zone draw here for Booze, fourth line v first line, and Drouin's able to win it. Quick breakout for the Ducks. Here's Kasha. Looking. Settles for the shot. Rebound goes well wide. Drouin throws it back in front. It'll be recovered by Jenks. The big man Jenks leading the breakout. He was almost replaced. Bachman Jenks in front, loose puck, still loose. Anaheim recovers, it's a Lettinen. Jenks, though, has it yet again, at least gets it over the line before losing it. Here's Gervais. Lettinen. Struggles, Jenks has it yet again. Booze, a quick pass to Bachman, 2-on-2 here, although Bachman will dump it in. And the Seals will give chase. Here's Barron, now Kasha. Barron yet again. Here's Jonathan Drouin. Toe drag. Shot! Off the pipe. Jonathan Drouin with a laser beam. Here's Lettinen. The Ducks still have the puck. The Golden Seals still in trouble. Silfverberg. Can the Seals recover after that near goal for Jonathan Drouin, who is battling for it down low? He won't be able to get the best of it. It's Fuller for Baldwin. And now over for Wong. Quick pass to Krogh. Here come the Seals. Krogh will drop back, looking for space and help, and he finds it. Krogh down low, battling. 2-on-1, loses it out to Silfverberg. Here's Rickard Rakell on the counter. 11:28 to go. Silfverberg. Chance. Chest save. Puck thrown back in front. Jones. And it's Bryson Webb recovers a potential 3-on-1 here. Wong, although the pressure a little bit alleviated by a line change. Here's Rickard Rakell still out there for the Ducks, playing big minutes. Finds Bowen Byram, back for Rakell. The 1-T's broken up now. Here's Koriston for the Seals. Andre Koriston finds Wong. Slap shot, save. No rebound opportunity given up by Gibson. Larson and Ciolfito. Here's Domi. Quick passes from the Ducks. Domi snipes it! And the Anaheim Ducks break the streak as the screen goes dark from inactivity. Max Domi. The quick passes. The Anaheim Ducks will win this series. Fragapane with the Ovechkin hair. After all of that, this odyssey of an episode, it's a quick breakout, and Max Domi is able to snipe it. The quick passes, the little bit of space as Niedermeyer gets crossed over, and Max Domi ends it. The Anaheim Ducks, it took them 3 opportunities to win it in overtime. They finally did, and they won the one that mattered. A 1-0 lead goes to waste. And it's going to be tough to look back at this episode in a positive way, but on the bright side, we did make the playoffs for the first time. But we lose in 7 to the Anaheim Ducks. And hopefully, heading into the next episode, we can have a more optimistic tone, get things picking back up with the draft. It was a big step forward for this team, and it hurts as much as it does because we could have won that series. We just didn't. Guys, thank you for joining me on this adventure. As I continued along, I'm like, man, I should probably cut this episode down, maybe cut it in half. No, fuck it. Here you go. A 2-hour journey that ends in disappointments. It's a step forward for the Golden Seals, but we still have some questions to answer moving forward. Guys, thank you for watching. You know the deal. Support the video, support the channel. Check out everything in the description because there's a lot there. And I will see you guys in the next episode, which will not be 2 hours long. I can promise you that.